Hi, we wanted to talk to you a little bit today about the animal pathway. So my name is Miss Moss.
And my name is Miss Osborne.
I'm Cassidy Davis.
I'm Kennedy Blackmore.
We brought two students today to help us explain a little bit more about it because you don't always want to hear things from teachers. You want to hear what the students think about the classes and what they think about the pathway. We think this is really important this year as 8th graders for y'all to be able to have choices. Y'all haven't had choices before now. This is your first time that you get to choose something for yourself, for your career, for your opportunity in life after high school to hopefully get a job, make some money, and this is your chance to be able to pick some classes that will go along with what you want to do. Remember to make choices that are something for your interests, not necessarily just what all your friends are doing. This is something that where you're going to continue in your pathway for your high school career and hopefully on with that. So the animal pathway is a really fun, hands-on learning, a lot of the classes we do. So we brought some things to show you in addition to explaining our classes. So the career in technology education is really important that you focus on which career path and which direction you're going after high school. And so we're preparing you for anything in the 21st century. We also wanted to include, and just to give you a little explanation, that there are 5 total ag teachers. 2 of us, me and Miss Osborne, but there's 3 others. And so our Bitmoji is, our classroom is kind of like an explanation of who we are. There's Miss Barton, who teaches some of the floral and introduction classes. We have Miss Stratton, she teaches some ag mechanics and welding. There's me, I'm Miss Moss, and teaching some vet med and some plant classes. And then here's Miss Osborne with us today, and she teaches most of the animal science classes. And Mr. Warner, he also explains and teaches some about welding. If you can find this on our FFA's website, our website page, it also goes into explaining the different parts that we have. We have an alumni booster club, we have a Facebook and Instagram page for the FFA. So this is a lot about what we stand for. This is our Bitmoji classroom. So the very first basic class that you'll need to take as 9th graders when you're coming into the high school next year is to learn about agriculture and what careers you can get with agriculture. This very first class is the Principles of Ag, Food, and Natural Resources. We sometimes call it Ag 101, but I know on your choice selection sheet, when you see those, it will be a really long word. They probably might have even shortened it to Prin of Ag and Food and Nat. I think it might say Nat Resources, so just be on the lookout for that long name to be shortened a little bit. But this class is your very first basic step in what you're learning and taking in the ag pathway and the animal science pathway. It says it's your very first class you take as a 9th grader. It'll allow you to develop knowledge, skills regarding all the careers and educational opportunities, personal development, globalization or industry standards, what's happening, practices that we'd be using, and any expectations for the agriculture and the animal pathway. So I'm going to let Cassidy and Kennedy explain a little bit about what the class of Principles of Ag, because they both had that class.
So your first year class, you're learning a lot about FFA and what animals are in general. So you're learning about beef, swine, chickens, goats, rabbits, but you're also learning more about FFA. So you're learning what the organization is and what it means to be an FFA member and to be in the agricultural society.
It's very hands-on and you do a lot of projects and you get an experience of everything that agriculture has to offer. So plants, animals, and any kind of the industry, not just FFA or just one certain topic.
Yep. All right, after you take that, there's a level 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's laid out for you. This document is super helpful. I know you may not be able to see it very well from the video you're watching, but if you can look for it, ask your teacher or ask, it's on the website. It is called our Animal Science Pathway. So in the first class, like we explained, the level 1, it says it's the Principles of Ag, Food, and Natural Resources, so 9th grade year. Level 2, they would need to take Small Animal Management for the first semester, and it pairs with Equine Science. That's your second semester. The level 3, that's your junior year. The 3rd year, you'll be in this Animal Science Pathway. You'll be taking Livestock Production, and that's Miss Osborne's class. We'll explain it to you in just a second. Level 4, it's the Advanced Animal Science class. They could also take a vet med applications, which is the veterinary medicine, or they could even get into a practicum, which is where they'll actually go out and get more hands-on, like an internship. So those level 4 classes can be taken at the same time or even kind of mixed in there a little bit. But that explains those classes. You can even look down and find some different careers and jobs and also other interns you could be getting, if you can look at that document on the web. So I'll let Ms. Osborne explain.
Okay, so the small animal management, this is if you are interested in learning about pets like cats, dogs, it even gets into smaller than that, like hamsters, ferrets, very small animals. So within this class, it is students will acquire knowledge and skills relating to small animals and the small animal management industry. Small animal management may address topics related to small mammals such as dogs, cats, amphibians, reptiles, and birds. Within this class, you will definitely get a lot of hands-on and video knowledge, and then us bringing in dogs as well for learning how to work with animal behaviors, learning how to identify how to groom a dog, clip dogs' nails, and get the very much of the hands-on experience of working with the small animals. And then the next one that we have is the equine science, and this goes with the small animals. So for fall semester, you take small animal, for spring semester, you take equine. So this is definitely touching a lot of base on what equine is and what is offered when working with equine. And if you aren't familiar with that term, this is horses. So this entire semester, you would be learning specifically just about horses in that. And so this can also go from learning about their muscular system, their anatomy, their digestive system, and their reproductive system within that. Okay, and then livestock production. Okay, this is a very big class, and overall you are learning about all types of species. Swine, sheep, goats, horses, and cattle. You are learning within that reproduction, digestion, anatomy, and the skeletal system, and that's just a small topic of what you would then learn within those animals. We also talk about the animal behaviors, how those animals are used, and then you talk about the careers. What kind of careers can you get from doing livestock production, and where can you go after high school for after that, or even then to college? How is this class going to help you understand what you need to know for pursuing a career or pursuing an education in it? And then our next one was the advanced animal. So within advanced animal, this is the higher level class. Typically seniors take it, or juniors, depending on how you went with the pathway. This is definitely diving more into the different systems of an animal. Again, the muscular, digestive, reproduction, and skeletal system. Diving more into that, understanding more into depth about that. Also understanding their nutrition. How is it that you can understand, or how do you determine what types of feeds you need to feed an animal to get them where they need to be? Being able to define a ratio for feed. So it's just digging more deep into those animals and understanding them more. And this will also help with the career and the education pathway that you are deciding whenever you get out of high school, and then go into that for finding what was very interesting for you from the classes.
And another important part is it counts as your 4th science. So that's huge when you're looking at that last senior year of your science credit and which one will you choose.
So you don't have to take AP biology, which sucks.
And the next one is here.
It has one more picture to load. So the veterinary medical applications is more hands-on in the veterinary field, more of what a veterinary technician might do. You can see us learning more about the body and the systems and how they work. There's actually a video on here of a lung being inflated with a straw by us students, and so that's really cool. That's the kind of learning you'll do. Again, mostly the veterinary stuff that you might be learning about. So that is most of our animal pathways. We did bring some things to kind of explain more of what we kind of talk about. There's a hoof from an equine class, lots of vet tools and things. What else, students, that we have about our classes?
Like being in animal pathway is super hands-on, and it's not as much bookwork. There is some bookwork involved, but if you learn in a more hands-on way like I do, you'll definitely want to take ag classes if they interest you, because you're doing stuff in each class. It's not just a normal core class where you sit down and do work. You'll go outside, you'll do stuff, animals will be brought in, so it's a really interesting hands-on class to take.
Yep. So thank y'all so much. We hope that you click around and look and learn about FFA also, because there's lots of other opportunities that go along with our animal science pathway classes that you could do with FFA. So thanks, and we'll hope to see you in ag classes.